2017 is going to be a really exciting year.
There'll be a lot more experimentation.
There's a trend between what the business is doing and what consumers are doing.
So yeah, I think the biggest year we've ever seen.
Consumers are moving away from having 60 to 70 apps on their phone to the point where people today are using 3 to 5 apps. They use the same 3 to 5 apps every single day, and I see that as a trend influencing the way in which we deliver news.
We're going to see a lot of the things that we've talked about this year actually coming to fruition. So things like virtual reality, augmented reality.
That's a really exciting space with innovation, certainly for print because it brings together the digital and print component in some really creative and innovative ways.
I think there'll be a lot more interest in 2017 around the full funnel and the full part of the marketing mix. I think there's a lot of attention happened recently about the end of the funnel, the last click. I think what we'll see is marketers reflect on the fact that building brands, building awareness, building beyond just engagement, but actually building a brand proposition is just as important.
There's an outside chance Australia, like the UK, could get to 50% digital share of the pie next year. I don't think so, but depending on which estimate you look at, we're getting close to it.
We've also been talking a lot about effectiveness. So with some of our clients, it's not just about traditional legacy metrics of things like reach and frequency. They really want to understand what media is driving real business results.
We need to really think differently about how we measure things. We need to be able to look across all different ways of measurement. There's not going to be one single way of being able to measure a campaign. We have to reach out and partner with lots of different people.
There is no doubt that third-party measurement is going to be a hot button, and particularly for some of the, what's referred to in the industry as the walled gardens.
In the States, they're estimating 80 cents of every new dollar of advertising going into the digital industry is going to either Facebook or Google.
But a lot of money been poured into digital, and a lot of that has been good and some of that has been ineffective, and I think a lot of marketers are pausing and saying, okay, how do I get the best result I can all along the purchase funnel?
And I don't know, Google and Facebook may turn on each other at some point. That's the interesting point as well. I mean, they'll fight TV. If you ever notice, they've never crossed swords, that's all. And yet they will be the future of every pie in every media.
Alongside video, which is a highly visible and tangible format, the other big thing is an intangible format, and it's the rise of data. And the rise of data platforms. So we won't necessarily buy websites, we'll buy people who had certain purchase intentions on websites, and we'll buy them everywhere. And we'll use the websites with content to find out what their intentions are.
Brands can be everywhere, always on, across multiple platforms, means that marketers can actually start developing much better customer experiences for their customers. It's going to actually lead to an opportunity to realise this dream goal of personalisation at scale.
Clients are asking us, they want a lot more help with understanding their own data and how we can help them harness it and better improve efficiencies.
And really with that, it's the fine balance between taking data and insights, marrying that with things like technology, but not forgetting that creativity that still sits within campaigns.
I think the important thing about when you're talking about dealing with clients and dealing with change is that it all becomes a lot more simple if you focus on the way consumers are connecting. And don't worry about the latest thing from Google or the latest thing from Facebook or the latest thing from any publisher. Concern yourself with the way that consumers are connecting with those things. And that makes sure that you enter these new innovations at the speed that consumers want you to enter them.
I just think it is scary but very exciting to be a marketer in 2017, and I think if I'd have peaked 15 years ago, it would have been a much easier life, but it would have been far less interesting than where we are at the moment, where everything is up in the air.